Hi everyone, I'm Cindery9, and welcome to this special episode of Breath of Fire 3. I'm going to be showing off how to get the Royal Sword and the Life Armor in the desert. So this normally would take about an hour if you know exactly what you're doing and you're prepared like I am. It's going to take a lot less than that because I have this running at 300% speed. The first thing we're going to get is the Royal Sword, which is the first thing that I went after. I recommend getting to the Oasis first and then going back to get these. And the reason for that is the Ragdoll can take you back to the Oasis if you mess up. Until you get to the Oasis, it'll only take you back to the factory. So it's just helpful that way. So let me give you the directions for the Royal Sword. The Royal Sword is from the Oasis, head 1 left of west. So basically face the North Star, turn 5 times to the left, and we're gonna walk this way for 2 nights. 3 nights, sorry, I'm thinking of Life Armor. For 3 full nights. Then we head west the 4th night until we find the sword. You'll see. So this is the first night. Some things that can help you, and this is what I mean by prep. In the handyman ability shop in the fairy village, the same place you get the angling rod, you can get 2 accessories that will help ease your journey a bit. Quite a bit, I think. You will need the bell collar and the holy mantle. The bell collar increases the rate of enemy encounters. The holy mantle reduces the rate of enemy encounters. Now you will actually want both of these. This ends the first night. So we're going to make camp and rest. The reason you want these is you want to wear the holy mantle until you get to the night where you're going to find the item. Then you'll want to wear the bell collar. And it'll make sense after I explain it. So obviously, getting attacked in the desert isn't fun. It's kind of tedious to do this entire part anyway. So why not make it easier on yourself and not have as many encounters? That's what the holy mantle is for. Makes sense. You'll want to wear that for, in this case, for the Royal Sword, for 3 full nights. Just so you don't get attacked as much. And you'll see that we really don't. We're not going to get attacked very much. I just put it on Ray for him to have it equipped. So again, we're going to head the same direction, 5 left from north. And you'll see every time I go into a battle, I end up looking at north, because it's always easy to find the North Star. Looking at the North Star, and then turning 5 times to the left, and then walking. It's just easier to do that. It also makes sure that there's no mess-ups. So I'll find the North Star, turn 5 times to the left, and then walk. That's what you'll need to do. Like I said, you'll need to do this for 3 full nights. Here's the end of night 2. So we'll make camp again. We'll rest and then move on. Okay, this is the last night that we're going to do this. Turn 5 times and walk. Remember that the West Star, that is what that star right there is, the shining one that you see in the sky, moves. So it's not always reliable. Just to make sure that you don't mess up, I would go face the North Star and then turn 5 times to the left. And this is the first part of how to find the Royal Sword. Now remember, you can get the Royal Sword and the Life Armor from fishing. If you like fishing at all, you can do that. That way you don't have to go through this whole thing of the desert. because it could be kind of finicky sometimes. desert method. If you don't like fishing at all, well, this is how you can get the Royal Sword and Life Armor. The Royal Sword is actually not Ryu's best weapon, but it's probably the best weapon you're gonna find for him. That'll make sense later. Okay, so you see, really quick, I put on the bell collar. That's the end of night 3. So now we're gonna change. Now we want to get into fights, and you'll see why. Now we just want to turn 4 times and walk. And we're going to get into lots of random battles. One of the most annoying enemies in this entire place is the Magmaite. Which is why I'm just gonna go Kaiser and Were-Tiger on it, just to kill it. But it has a ton of HP. It doesn't take a lot of attack power. It doesn't take a lot of damage from anybody, except Ryu and Kaiser. As you can see, Nina and Ray level up. Nina learned the Sirocco spell, which is a really great spell that I go over at the beginning of the next episode, the actual Let's Play episode. It is the Fire and Wind attack spell. So it's like Simoon, except it targets all enemies and does even more damage. It's a really good spell. Nina's level 33. At level 33, Nina learns it. Also, we got a Titan belt. It just gives plus 10 attack power. That's what I was checking there. Now, again, you'll want to have the bell collar. That attack's really annoying too. As we'll heal Ryu up real fast. The only bad thing about the whole bell collar thing, doing it here, is that you get into a lot of fights, as you can see as well. I like fighting the cacti because Nina gets rid of it really fast. But this will increase your chances of finding the Royal Sword. At least it always has for me. You don't need the bell collar, or the Holy Mantle for that matter, but it does make things easier. Blizzard. Now, I do like to find... You may be wondering why I just don't leave. I do like to find the bag, the item bag, while in the desert, because it has some really good stuff. You can get some swallow eyes. You get multivitamins, as you saw. On rare occasion, you get moon tears. There's a wisdom seed. You can get a lot of good stuff in the desert, which is why I like to take the time to do that. Now we just wait to get into another fight. Sometime during the night, this night, you should find the Royal Sword. If you don't, at the end of the night, you'll want to circle back around and retrace your steps. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to head, instead of 4 to the left of the North Star, you'll want to head 4 to the right, which is east, and kind of retrace your steps for another night and try to find it again. Yay, escaped. See, there's a multivitamin. So there is some good stuff in here. And Ryu learned Vigor. I'll go over that at the beginning of the next episode too. I think I do. I may not have. In which case, I'll do it in a different episode. I completely forgot that Ryu learned Vigor. Alright, there it is. You see that on the ground? That's the Royal Sword. That's what you're looking for. It's in a random spot. There's the Royal Sword. And a free Swallow Eye. So we're going to look at the Royal Sword. The Royal Sword, as you see, has 158 power and 8 weight. It gives almost double the attack power of the Barbarossa. And not only that, it still has the electric property, and it's a little lighter. The Royal Sword is a fantastic weapon for Ryu, and will greatly increase his attack power. With that, you can just return to wherever you want to go to. Now, we're going to return to the factory, because that from there is where we'll start the trek to get the armor. But the Royal Sword, you're probably still using the Barbarossa. It has almost double the attack power and the same property, with the same electric property. It's fantastic. So, to get the life armor, you want to leave from the factory and head 2 nights to the north. And then you'll head west for 2 nights, put on the bell collar, and that 3rd night going west, you will find, hopefully, the life armor. That's the trek. Now I'm going to show off something here. The next time we need water, which is something you can do while doing this whole desert thing. If you need a lot of water to help preserve it. And yeah, Nina got hit by air raid and died from the Magmite. That's why I really don't like them. They just do a ton of damage. But Nina will be okay. She just lost some, 10% of her max HP. As we continue walking. That's how you get the Royal Sword. It's really good. If you can't tell, it's amazing. But like I said, it's not Ryu's strongest sword. There's an enemy drop. Now, it's completely based on luck, whether you get it or not. I might try to get one. If I get one, I get one. If I don't, I don't. The Royal Sword is more than enough. I'll go over that when we get to the enemy. It's in the final area that you can find that enemy and try to get that sword. But the Royal Sword is plenty good, trust me. As for the life armor, which we're going to be getting next, it has a lot of defense. It also has the ability to restore HP while you're walking, like the Ivory Charm. And it also gives 1 HP per turn back in combat, just like the Ivory Charm. But it has a lot of defense. Shadow Walk dead. Now, you really can't see the damage because it's going so fast. But Ryu's attack power is now really, really high. Now, you saw how we took damage there, and you flashed red. Your max HP doesn't go down until the 5th time that happens when you don't take water. I'll demonstrate in a little bit, but we're going to make camp. And rest. And we're going to go ahead and save here as well. I did this just in case I messed up. Or end up not finding the armor. Okay, now we're going to head to the west for 2 nights. You'll end up heading west 3 nights, but it's on that 3rd night you're going to find the armor. So, you can still wear the Holy Mantle for 2 more nights. Now you see it says your throat's dry. You can hear the damage taking. There's 3, 4. You can't really see the flash because it's going so fast. You can go 4 times without taking water, but then you're gonna start taking max HP damage. Every time that flashes, or you hear that sound in this case, you do take, I think it's 4 HP worth of damage. On that 5th time, your max HP will go down by 10%, just like if you were knocked out, like Nina was. That's a big deal for this thing I'm going to tell you that you can do. If you only want to go through the desert once. There are some directions online. You can find them. You probably still can find them at Game FAQs. They're probably still up there. To go through the desert and get the Royal Sword, the Life Armor, and make it to the Oasis in that first trip. You can do it all at once. The directions are really precise. You gotta do it just right. And the other thing is you have to do this, where you take damage 4 times and then drink water, because you're gonna be out in the desert a long time. In the long run, this will save you some time. Because like I said, to get the armor and the sword, it took me about an hour. And I knew exactly what I was doing. An hour in the desert. I had to go to the fairy village, buy the stuff. I bought some healing items, just in case. Like for when Nina got hit. When anybody gets hit by the Magmamite, to be honest, it does a lot of damage. And I'm gonna just start drinking water. But if you're taking the long route through the desert, where you only have to go through it once, you're gonna have to do that where you take damage 4 times, then drink. And do that every time. That way your water lasts until you reach the Oasis. Remember that you are taking damage, though. You're still taking 4 HP damage while you're doing that. So make sure that you keep an eye on your HP. What else? What else to talk about? The desert part, I don't think I ever really talked about it. I've said a little bit in some comments. This is one of my least favorite parts of the game, just because it's really tedious, and I get the sense they were going for. They wanted it to feel like an epic trek through the desert. Nobody's ever done it. Why haven't they done it? Well, because it's really hard. I understand all of that, but it's just not that fun. That's how I feel about it. This is probably, like I said, the thing I like least about this game is the desert part. Antidote. As we try to find the armor. Again, on the 3rd night that you're heading west, before you start, put on the bell collar, get into more fights. That way you have a better chance of finding the armor. Because it's on a random battlefield. Same with the sword, which is why you want the bell collar to trigger more fights. That way you have a better chance of running into the sword and armor. It's not scripted. There's not a certain point that you get to and you'll always get it. It's in this night. There's the armor, by the way. It's in this night, and you just have to be getting random battles while you're in this area. It's not ideal. So the bell color will help you out with that. So we'll just get past this fight. And there's the life armor. The life armor gives 80 defense and weighs 8, the same as Ryu's Blizzard Mail he's been using for a while. It also regenerates HP like it says, which I already explained. It's like the Ivory Charm. You'll restore HP while walking. You'll also restore HP while you are... you'll also regain 1 HP per turn of combat. That's not really important. The HP while walking, that's pretty cool. And the life armor has some of the highest defense in the game at 80. So that's the big deal there. But now you know how to get the Royal Sword and the life armor. That's the lady you talk to get your water back. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a lot of fun. Until the next episode, I'm Cinder89. Remember to shoot for the stars and take care, everyone.